So then I met her in April 2018, and right before her first bodybuilding contest, she heard me talking about keto, and then, it gained interest. So she came one day and picked my brain, and I told her information that she thought I was crazy.
Yeah, I was like the strictest keto person you would ever meet. And he was like, how do I incorporate keto and be a bodybuilder at the same time? Like, I don't get it. And he's like,
carb cycling.
You need to carb cycle. And I was like, you're crazy. I'm not doing that. I'm keto. Like, I'm not going to, and
Keto for life.
Keto for life.
Yeah.
I was just so like this, like, you become obsessed, like what you were just saying. But my father had died, and so I was kind of blinded by grief. So there was a lot of stuff going on in my life at that time. But my nutrition, like, I was obsessed with keto and so strict. Anyways, he told me that, and I was like, you're crazy, but I adapted it. I followed it. After a couple days, I slept on it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. Whatever, we'll do it. And and he coached me nutritionally for my first bodybuilding competition.
And how'd you do?
First place.
Dang.
She won first place.
And you guys won each other.
And we won each other.
Yeah.
I'm getting right into this shit.
Theanine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ooh, I love me some L-theanine. Are these out here for...
Do you guys or for you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
Cool. That's so nice.
alright.
Ooh, Mexican lime.
See?
See. Oh,
All
pink
right.
grapefruit. How did you know that I'm a sucker for pink
Who's
grapefruit?
not?
Who isn't? If you
Thanks
aren't
for
a sucker, I don't want to know you.
considering that we don't, really mess
Thank
with
you.
sugar.
Right,
Oh,
of
is there
course,
sugar in it?
yeah.
I mean, unless we're trying to like do
Oh,
an all-nighter. Just kidding.
All right, okay. Oh, whoa, all right. That
That was sweet.
the
Thanks, you
Colombian
guys.
sugar is what you might be talking
Right,
about.
right.
Cool.
Cool.
But you guys are in keto, right?
Right.
Well,
That's your guys'...
Yes.
Or now are you guys transitioning over to the human design thing?
Oh, no.
Because you can be
learning
coaches
That's
and
just
stuff for
something
that.
we're
Oh,
doing personal.
for us?
Right.
Yeah. Personal
for us.
development.
Nice,
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Right on.
So because we're athletes, we teach people how to carb cycle the right way. Like, we believe in ketosis as nutrition therapy. I think a lot of this has... We're not on, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, well, so I
we're
mean, at the
going?
end of the
Yeah.
day,
just jump right
95%
into
of
it.
all illnesses, diseases, and ongoing injuries are due to chronic inflammation.
Totally.
And besides stress, where else do we, create more chronic inflammation from our improper nutrition?
Of course.
So if you can go on a short-term ketogenic reset, hence the name of our company, the Ketogenic Reset, then you can actually metabolize carbs and sugars much more efficiently than someone that's never done keto before.
Nice, okay.
So for instance, someone like her who's a bodybuilder, her foundation is keto adaptation.
Yeah.
By the way, did you know that we're born in a state of ketosis?
Maybe.
It's
Yeah.
our natural born state.
Yeah.
So while you're in the womb, you're only really taking in like protein and fats, or?
No, that's a great idea right there. So when you're born, you're born in a state of ketosis. Your blood glucose is really, really low, and then from breast milk, MCT oil, medium chain triglycerides, comes from breast milk. And ideally, how long do we want to be breastfed? About
Forever.
2 years.
2 years.
really?
Well, I mean, right?
Yeah. In a perfect world, it would be about 2 years. But once
Yeah.
teeth come in, then you incorporate whole foods and stuff like that. But
You don't have to use
breast-
teeth.
yeah.
But no, I mean, I was just sharing with him when my son was born, because I wrote a book in 2017 called High Fat Weight Loss.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I know about keto, and
Awesome.
when my son was born, my ex stopped producing, and I was not putting him on formula.
Yeah.
Right.
So I actually formulated my own formula. I would go get whole coconuts and make my own milk, and then like molasses and all these. I was actually I tried to do a startup where it would be like made to order whole food formula, but the
Wow.
FDA straight. I mean, that's the biggest corrupted regulatory body of
I'm
all
sure.
of them. Yeah.
Thanks
So
for
no, I'm
saying
big
that.
into all this stuff, big time. In fact,
Yeah.
like I've been even today, like I haven't eaten at all today, and I mean, I think when you really get into keto and stuff like that, like you get high, like it's a very euphoric
That's right, because ketones are a brain energy where glucose is a body energy. Our brain prefers ketones.
Yeah, okay, because that is where the buzz is at. Like, when you can get out of that, I don't know, the desire to eat, because usually eating comes from desire.
That's right.
Rather than like a fuel source, whereas really, like, we don't need a lot of fuel.
Yeah.
If anything, if you're into this stuff, like, I get my fuel from the sun, you know? Like,
right? Oh my God.
I'm actually trying to, like, with these homeboys that I read their works, like, I'm trying to transcend food. Even that is a construct of this reality, that we even need food to even survive.
Are you ready to become a breatharian?
Are you ready to be a breatharian?
I mean, I wouldn't define myself as anything.
I know. Sure.
I'm just fucking living this life.
Right.
Yeah. And as I just get new pieces of information, like, I'm just adjusting my... So it's like, keto, but then I'm like, oh, what if I just didn't even eat, you know?
And just got your energy from UV, the sun.
Or just from my own mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
That I think that even when someone transforms their body, the first thing they have to do is have a vision of a new body.
That's right.
Yes.
So it has nothing to do with really, in fact, have you guys ever heard of Abraham Hicks?
Oh, we love her.
Oh, nice. Okay.
We love her.
So they talk about you could lose weight and have your dream body eating ice cream for every meal. It's not about the food you put in, it's about your belief around the food. So what I find with a lot of people when they get very idealistic about any of these modalities is when you become idealistic, you also become fearful or paranoid or obsessive about, like, the water that you drink, or like, oh my gosh, you're always watching. That's fear.
Yeah.
Rather than just saying, hey, like, if I don't know, if you slip up and you do resort back to those desires and you have a cheeseburger or you have something like that, it's like, it's not going to kill you.
Correct.
But you just, how quickly can I get back on track? And if you maintain that long enough, then it's just like, you don't even desire any of that stuff. I'd rather be at, like, this high that I'm on right now than go out and eat something to temporarily satiate my body and probably make me tired after.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's going to spike your blood glucose.
Right.
And then, after a while, your blood glucose is going to come back down, and then your body's going to want to rest. So I think more than anything, what we try to do with our company is teach people that you can actually control your metabolism. Not only through nutrition, but intermittent fasting, mindset, movements, and of course, part of the mindset is meditation. So
of course.
Yeah. So I mean, there's so many different ways, and we can branch off based on the way that you just opened up this conversation.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the biggest thing for me has been stretching. I grew up and I was really athletic, but I never stretched. In fact, I didn't even really work out that much. Like, I would just go to the gym, do a couple bench press, a couple squats. And then when I got into lifting, that's when I didn't have, like, proper form. The other thing, I could lift really heavy, right?
Yeah.
But that is just damaging your body. And so I think that's where most of my rugby injuries have come from. But yeah, the last 2 months, I try to stretch 45 minutes every day. And it's made a crazy difference about how I feel, how my muscle growth is happening.
You gotta spread them before you break them down.
Right.
Your body's pulling everything in. Gravity or whatever it is pulling everything in, and you have to pull everything back out. So, like, my hips were kind of intruding. My, I don't have a tendon in this foot, and so, like, my knees were pulling in. My shoulders were like this. From shoulder injuries, but just pulling all that stuff back out. Now I can rebuild, like, muscles the right way.
So, that's awesome.
That's
awesome.
Fake abs. I've never heard that term, but, like, if you don't have any lower abs, like, everything else is just kind of fake. But you can't build those until those hips start pulling back, and
that's right.
It's crazy.
Working on your foundation and core strength at the end of the day is everything. Like, my wife, she's does her bodybuilding, her bikini, but she always gives thanks to her foundation of yoga, right?
Yoga and Pilates. That's how it all started for me, and then kind of got pushed into or encouraged into bodybuilding. So, and fell in love with that too. So
nice. What kind of yoga do you practice?
Oh, All kinds.
Anything?
Yeah. I love
never
flow.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Flow
Nice.
is just nice.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely relate, growing up, just lifting heavy stuff. Then as I got older and kind of woke up, definitely found yoga and now like functional movements.
Yeah.
It's also interesting that how even this whole area of, physical fitness and stuff like that has evolved and is continuing to evolve,
Yes.
like everything else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing.
How long you guys been together?
Wow.
2 years.
2.5 years. Yeah.
Nice.
It's crazy how
We've been
things
friends for
happen.
longer.
We've been friends a little longer.
Oh, really? Okay. How long have you
Yeah.
guys known each other then?
Since about April 2018.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So right before the bugaboo.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was
Yes.
managing Crunch Fitness. So
Oh, you were? Which one?
the one in Eagle.
Yeah.
At the time.
Uh-huh.
So to make a long story short, the way that I found keto, right, and intermittent fasting is because I had diverticulitis.
Okay.
I have diverticulitis.
Sure.
Right? So at that point, what ended up happening is that I ballooned up to about 230 pounds. I ended up having a lot of pain. At the time, I was a realtor, right? I was working all day, every day. So improper nutrition, or should I say, rice, chicken, and broccoli every day, right? On top of the stress, I ended up having a lot of flare-ups in my gastrointestinal tract. I ended up having emergency surgery.
Dang.
They ripped out 20% of my colon.
Oh my God.
And after 5 days of being in the hospital, the doctor was like, oops, sorry. Can we see you again in another 6 to 8 months to cut out another 15 to 20%? And by the way, for the next 3 to 4 weeks, I want you to have bread, rice, and pudding.
No way.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So, I've been in the gym industry for 20 years, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So my entire life, I had the mindset, when I was really young, you can outwork a bad diet. Right?
Oh, interesting.
But, by the time I hit 35 years old, I ballooned up, and no matter what I did, I couldn't really lose any weight. I was trying to exercise here and there, couldn't really get in good shape. Right. After I left the doctor's hospital, I called a good friend of mine who just basically said, David, if you want to live, you've got to figure out how to heal your gut and then adopt a ketogenic lifestyle. And I was like, what's keto?
This was what year? I'm sorry?
This is December of 2017.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I did. I lost 50 pounds in 8 weeks. I became obsessed about it because I no longer had to think that I'm going to have to live with a colostomy bag hanging next to me, right? So then I met her in April 2018, and right before her first bodybuilding contest, she heard me talking about keto and then, gained interest. So she came one day and picked my brain, and I told her information that she thought I was crazy.
Yeah, I was like the strictest keto person you would ever meet. And I was like, how do I incorporate keto and be a bodybuilder at the same time? Like I don't get it. And he's like,
carb
you
cycling.
need to carb cycle. And I was like, you're crazy. I'm not doing that. I'm keto. Like I'm not gonna, and
Keto for life.
Keto for life.
Right?
I was just so like this, like you become obsessed.
Oh, yeah.
Like what you were just saying. But my father had died, and so I was kind of blinded by grief. So there was a lot of stuff going on in my life at that time. But my nutrition, like I was obsessed with keto and so strict. Anyways, he told me that, and I was like, "You're crazy," but I adapted it. I followed it. After a couple days, I slept on it, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna try it. Whatever, we'll do it." And and he coached me nutritionally for my first bodybuilding competition.
And how'd you do?
I won first
Oh,
place.
dang.
She won
Yeah,
first
it was kinda
place.
fun.
And you guys won each other.
And we won each other.
Yeah. So I ended up starting a restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So I called her up one day and I was like, "Hey, are you still meal prepping?" We don't got to get into all of that.
Oh, it's just such a cool story, but okay, fine.
Oh, wow.
Well, she was in a relationship,
Oh, boy.
and so was I.
Oh, dang.
To make a long story short, 4 days after my son was born, my ex left me. Yeah, right? And she's the one who I started the business with, Keto to Go. right?
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. I've heard of Keto to Go.
Yeah.
That's
So 4 days later, after my baby, our baby was born, she left
And took the baby.
And but I mean, you know.
Oh, but she just like left the house.
Yeah.
No.
She broke up with me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I think
get to see my baby
now, but that's traumatic.
Yeah. So May of 2020, she abandoned the business, the restaurant, and while the rest of the country was like, stay home.
Yeah.
Garden City was like, who cares?
Garden City was like, totally. Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. So her excuse was, well, it's COVID. We had to shut down. And I was like, there's no other businesses around here that are shut down. You decided to leave, right?
Right.
So, so she left. We broke up. I called her one day.
Well, it's significant. So I was working as a server at the time, part-time. I had just left my husband, at the time, anyway, so I was serving part-time, and so COVID hit and they shut the restaurant down. I'm pulling into my parking lot after they let us all go. They're like, don't come back tomorrow. You don't have a job right now. We have to shut the restaurant down because of COVID. I pulled into my driveway, turned my car off, my phone rings, and it's David.
Hot damn.
To come and work for him.
You guys are twin flames.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Very twin.
Yeah.
Parallel paths.
Yes. So I just asked her.
Finish each other's sentences.
I was just like, hey, are you... Because at the time, she was meal prepping for herself and a few other people.
Sure.
Okay. And I'm like, hey, are you still meal prepping? She was like, well, for myself and like a few people in my family, that's all.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, how would you like to come and work for me at Keto to Go? Be my chef and baker.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, we had lots of recipes.
Yeah. So how long until the romantic side happened? Was it quick?
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You were going months.
It wasn't long.
Oh.
It wasn't long.
You guys both felt it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
So
Very
here's what's
much
interesting is that about a week into the kitchen one day, and I'm like, hey, so this is funny. Have you ever heard of the term twin flames?
Yeah.
And what was your response?
I just read about twin flames this morning.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, dude. Are you kidding me?
Mind you, she still had a boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
So I kept my distance. Well, as much as I could.
Right, man.
As much as I could.
Playing that angle.
Right?
Good
I was like, there's no need for me to force this.
Right.
There's no need for me to force this. And we literally fell in love in the kitchen. Yeah. Meal prepping, cooking, starting our business, and
singing, laughing,
having
so much fun.
In the kitchen, And so that's kind of how it all began.
That's
and then
how we began.
And then what ended up happening, to make a long story short, with the meal prep, is that we noticed that a lot of people were coming in and having amazing results within the first month, but couldn't get past that. And I was like, well, food is only 25% of importance. There's intermittent fasting, there's proper supplementation, there's mindset and movement. So if you're only just eating, what are you doing on the weekends? Are you being consistent?
Oh, totally.
Outside of your meal time, like what are your thoughts? What are you doing? Yeah.
So as of September of 2021, we've been coaching full time.
Nice.
No more restaurant.
No more restaurant.
No more restaurant.
Oh, wow. Oh, so you found that it almost sounds like you guys heard of Alex Hormozi?
Oh, I know Alex Hormozi.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like his story, that you found that it was much more profitable and lucrative to coach people rather than to, because restaurant is
not
low margins, a lot of work, a lot of cooking and
low margin.
Yeah, very low margin. And then if you need to have if it's just you cooking, as you scale it, you can't handle all those orders.
Exactly.
And employees are a pain in the ass.
Yeah, we were a mom and pop. It was literally the two of us.
Okay.
And it became a lot, and we just figured we could help more people by teaching them how to fish, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just feeding them the fish.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
nice. Mm-hmm. But something that came up for me while both of you guys were talking. Is that it seems like before you guys met each other, you guys had to go through you had to do a lot of healing. So like even like the diverticulitis, like the stomach, like I'm just curious, like, what emotions had you been experiencing maybe for your whole life? I don't know in Chinese medicine, like, what the stomach represents exactly, but like, what, because I think we're like on this trajectory, like, where we have to wake up, and part of waking up is you have to deal with the shit that you've been carrying around, mostly emotions. So I'm just curious. And then you were talking about, you were married, you were in a situation, both of your jobs and careers, like, all seen again, twin flames,
everything synchronized,
right? And you guys were having very similar experiences, but the physical experience is the surface level. It always goes down to your emotions and the emotions attached to trauma and experience. So I'm curious, like, what was going on? What emotions were you feeling being in real estate and that life that you lived that ultimately created the dis-ease in your body? Like, because when you had that, you got to the point where you had to be woken up by literally having a physical surgery. So like for your whole life, it's been trying to wake you up. Like, dude, you know, you've been holding on to this fucking resentment or shame or guilt or whatever it is.
All of those things, I believe, are associated with the gut.
Okay.
Oh, wow,
because it's digestion. So
That's
letting it go. Like, what is there?
So,
what was going on?
Trust.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Trust. Man, I had no idea we were going to go down this path during this podcast, but it's absolutely amazing. Because this is what we talk about all the time with our clients. We're like, look, guys, if there's a certain plan that I set out for you, yet you're not following it, let's figure out what's going on, why you're not following it.
Right.
And what I'm realizing, it's almost like a clear mirror representation of myself in my past. Trusting the process or not trusting the process, or having fear of trusting the process. And what's amazing is that my same experiences, my clients are having the same experiences. Once they're trusting the universe, trusting the process, and letting go of fear, then life unravels before you. Kind of like, you know, I love quoting Dr. Martin Luther King, you know, take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase, but just take the first step.
So let me ask you this: when in your life have you experienced a lot of fearful in your life?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
A lot of experiences that would cause you to not trust?
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Being stuck in the corporate world. Now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about even before that, childhood?
You know what? I mean, yes, I'm sure, right? But I haven't had those timeline therapy sessions yet, which I'm very
go through a portal.
Doing that on Saturday.
It's coming up.
So you know what's interesting is that I learned all of this stuff like in my early 20s, but never did I go down and actually experience figuring out where in my life did I experience that and how did it affect my childhood prior to me being 7 years old, the imprint stage.
Bingo.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, you guys ever use plant medicines yet?
Woo!
Oh, you have? Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, so there's the best way to let go of that stuff.
Not as deep as what you're probably talking about.
Oh, yeah, like we don't party, we're trying to die.
You want
to die,
like a soul death, like an ego death.
100%.
And not even recreational. So, you know, we've had some wonderful experiences, meditation. Well, I don't want to call it meditation, just restful situations with some psilocybin. Right? You know, kind of just in our room.
Totally, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, best setting.
Holding on to each other, making sure that our hearts are touching as we're hugging, and just, you know, really, really being extremely vulnerable with each other.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to blow you guys' mind, but there's a ketamine clinic here in town, and it is the wildest.
You guys have heard of ketamine?
Best experience.
No. Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, dang.
So
I'm hoping to go to Costa Rica one of these days. It's on my bucket list.
I've been to Peru.
Okay,
I made it.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I made ayahuasca in 2008. Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm telling you, look at it like this. So they are technology. And so they're part of the fruit and vegetable kingdom. Mm-hmm. But now we're in the technological age where, you can see a perfect evolution where, hey, first it was mushrooms, then they would use chemistry to make something like ayahuasca. Mm-hmm. And then in the 50s, our good friend, Dr. Albert Hoffman, discovered LSD. Mm-hmm. So that was the first of the synthetic or digital age.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Consciousness is now becoming digital.
Holy moly.
So then shortly thereafter, they started synthesizing things like MDMA and things like that. Mm-hmm. Well, they discovered, I think it was like in the 20s, they discovered ketamine, which is actually an anesthesia. Oh. But it doesn't cut off pain receptors. So you're still, and it doesn't put you in total unconsciousness. So it puts you in this state where, in my experience, like you are going to another dimension for sure. Like, definitely. But I've done everything.
Wow.
And nothing is more effective, more loving and nurturing than ketamine.
Really?
Not even close.
Did you say local?
It's
it's right up on over. We're going tomorrow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. In fact, his girlfriend, the three of us are going, we're going to try to link up in the metaverse.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah. Like this shit is some next level.
So,
you have to go through 6 sessions.
Yeah. So there's 6 sessions, but there's also like you just do a quick screening.
You have to do a psych eval and stuff.
Anxiety, all these things. And then you start the process. I started high and I probably would have started lower if I was the first person going, but Gary and Caitlin had already done it. And so, I've already done other psychedelics and, traveled and done all this crazy stuff.
Wow.
So I was like ready. I was like, woo! Oh, yeah. So I jumped straight into like 80, whatever the measurement is, 80 mils. And then this last time I did 100. And so this time I'm going to try to push it even more. But yeah, it's insane.
Oh yeah, we recommend to everybody.
Yeah,
now.
Dude,
everybody.
Yeah,
because it's just a tool. Again, our reality is evolving so fast that remember the collective consciousness is evolving.
Yeah,
right.
We are all individuals that make up the collective. So as the collective reality takes off exponentially, if you do not evolve as an individual, you will die. Mm-hmm. As this game gets weirder, wars and famines and let's say dollar crashes, all this crazy shit, what it's really trying to do is wake us up.
Yeah.
Wake up, guys. Yeah. Like, take control of your life. Let go. You need to forgive. You need to heal. We need to learn these lessons we've been distracting ourselves from for thousands of years now.
Yeah.
Right.
But these tools, they've always been, they're evolutionary tools.
Yeah.
That we use.
Are you familiar with Terence McKenna's theory, the stoned ape theory?
100%. It's one of my favorite books.
This is like the next
I believe
level.
100% that's... Yeah, we are consciousness.
Yeah.
A great book that he turned me on to was Food of the Gods.
That is the... Yeah.
That's where the theory comes from, is that book. I don't know if you've read the book.
Oh, no. Oh, so did Terence McKenna cherry pick that from the book? Or
that's a theory that's in the book.
In the book. Oh, it's in the book.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So if you read Food of the Gods, he talks about that theory and that story in the book.
And every evolution, too, of man. So, like, our social... evolutions, our industrial revolutions, all of those are traced back to like the drugs they were doing at that time.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
So like if you go each level,
even like look at the last like 75 years with alcohol and what our reality has created based on like alcohol and nicotine, whereas now you can see it's translating to psychedelics. Like I don't know anybody that doesn't smoke weed.
Right.
Maybe Bryce and my dad.
Yeah.
But even though it's becoming mainstream.
Yeah.
So again, the collective consciousness is always reflecting back to us what's going on. So
I always say
more.
If everybody smokes a blunt at the same time, we'll have world peace.
Oh, for sure.
That's all we need for world peace, man.
And we're getting there though.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It's like it's inevitability.
Yes.
It's just here's what when you say that, think about this is if you have doubt, it's because you're still attached to the matrix. Mm-hmm. So imagine this. The body is the hardware, like your phone.
Yeah.
Your consciousness is the software. So just like sometimes when you got your iPhone or whatever phone you got, and then you wake up and you just got a software update, you're getting software updates. But the people that run the matrix now, who created the rules by which we play the game, they're so old. They're outdated and obsolete. So they never even received the downloads. Politicians don't have empathy.
Wow.
So forgive them, for they know not what they do. The system got us to where we are.
Yeah.
And let's be grateful for that. But there's a whole nother system that it's already emerged. Like that's what we do, crypto and stuff like that. We're trying to wake people up or through psychedelics, like
freedom basically.
Right.
And once you catch that virus of freedom, you know, you realize you're not as free as you thought you were.
Yeah.
As soon as you catch that virus, now it's like you're almost kind of addicted to it. Like, oh, what's the next step? What's the next step?
Yeah.
What's the next step? Yeah. Freedom. And crypto is complete freedom. Same thing with blockchain, though. It's like right now through the current system, I could tell you guys I was an expert in something, and then let's say I was crafty or charming enough to like pull it off. Oh, actually, Joe Rogan 2000 was, I can't remember if it was the old one I listened to or the new one. But he talks about some guy selling somebody wine, and he made it
fake.
Yeah. He made this wine so authentic and look so real, even to an expert who are the guys that own Coca-Cola. They're wine
like sommeliers
experts.
And stuff.
He was able to still sell them this bottle for $1 million or something crazy like that, and it was all fake, right? So. What I'm getting at is like through charm, through these things, you could be an honest person, right? You could trick anybody, but through blockchain, you can't hide anything.
That's right. Yeah.
And so, without being able to hide anything, I mean, even through politics, like a politician couldn't say, "Oh, I never accepted this money." Show us your.
I never inhaled.
Yeah, exactly. But all of that stuff will be eventually updated to blockchain. And no one can hack it.
Yeah.
You could be like, "Oh, well, give me access to your NFT. I want to see what you've done for work."
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to see all of the information that person has ever done.
Yeah.
So no one can truly lie to you anymore. And
I'm so excited about crypto. Like, I mean, what we do is our passion, but I know that like crypto is like what's necessary and part of the evolution process of our entire world.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know,
nice. So you guys, how long you guys been in crypto?
Well,
I know nothing.
Okay.
I know nothing about it.
And I'm not even going to sit here and say I know a lot.
Yeah.
I just know the basic fundamentals as it's safe.
Oh yeah, way safer than a bank.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Yeah.
It's safe, and it's the way that the future is going, and it's not even just about investing and trying to make money right now.
Bingo.
It's literally the future.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's going to be some point where, you know, the elite are going to be like, all right, shut off all bank accounts. And people are only going to have X amount of dollars per month, and you're going to live like that for the rest of your life. So if you don't move on to crypto, you're not going to have the ability to make the type of money that you want. You're going to be stuck with $1,000 a month. I read this a couple days ago.
Oh, yeah. Universal basic income type thing or something like that.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, like you're not going to have the opportunity to make money.
Right.
It's, you know, what they talk about all the time. Own nothing, be responsible for nothing. Here's the money that you need to survive.
Right.
Who wants to just survive? We live in a beautiful world. We want to thrive.
Of abundance.
That's the thing about their system is imploding on itself because of its own corruption. Like as we've seen over the last couple years, as the facts actually came out about all the things they were lying about, it causes people to wake up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually think that their system will collapse entirely before they're able to implement that system.
Mm-hmm.
So what will happen is, as that system starts crumbling, as gas goes from $5 to $10, as eggs and milk and energy goes up, people will start waking up more and more to, oh my gosh, my dollars are not going far. And crypto will continue to be there and people will wake up. But we were just talking about this right before this with our friend, but understand the vast majority of people, 80%, they won't wake up till the very end.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you're even interested in it or anything like that tells me that you at least got the download.
Yeah.
You haven't maybe implemented it yet.
Yeah.
It's like we don't know what to do with it.
I have $20 invested. Well, I have less than $200 invested in it.
Yeah.
I got a little bit in Shiba Inu.
Oh, okay.
And then the main one, Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like
nice.
$20.
I mean, better than zero.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm in the game.
We're in.
Right. You're using the new internet. This is the new internet. This is actually the evolution of the internet. Whereas with the internet, we were able to transfer information. Mm-hmm. With the new internet, which is blockchain, we're able to send not only information, but now value. Because value can be sent because it's so secure. So now this is just the next logical step in the evolution of not only the internet, but now let's go even deeper so think of the internet as the nervous system of this collective consciousness that's being created. The computer, even before that, were the nodes or the neural, those little things that talk to each other, you know? We set those up, and then this internet was created, and now the blockchain is just a further, once that thing turns on, so once we're able to like upload our consciousness and add memory and stuff like that, it's just the next evolution till, let's say 100 years from now, we evolve out of this monkey body and we're able to just send our consciousness through space, like an email, and it just zaps into another asexual avatar, like the alien bodies that you see.
Wow.
That's just the next logical evolution of the physical body. Like, remember, this is a part of consciousness too. So we're still stuck in the 3 lower chakras of security, sensation, and power. You can only see that we're now moving into the 4th, which is the heart, and the 5th, which is speaking your mind, stuff like that. But once we really transcend and we're living in the top ones, we'll realize, I'm ready to transcend the addictions of the animal body. Sex, food, power, money, all these constructs of the matrix.
Right.
I think they will coincide with like singularity and being able to, again, if I could travel the universe just by sending my consciousness to different alien asexual, I wouldn't care what my body looked like.
Yeah. It's
I'm
just
freaking.
the vessel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even have the desire to eat. Like, those would be totally gone.
Yeah.
It's already happening.
Right. It's already happening.
It's already happening.
And so it's already happened in the future.
Right.
So it's a mathematical certainty that we'll get there.
Yeah.
I had this weird idea a long time ago so like someone who's addicted to crack or heroin, their consciousness can't see beyond their next high. Right. They're doing whatever they can to get that next fix to change their state.
Wow.
Well, the Matrix has brainwashed people so that they can't see beyond their next paycheck.
Yeah.
Keep them broke. Yeah. They won't question anything. And they won't look far enough into the future to plan. They're always worried about my daily bread.
Yeah.
So now that people are waking up and stuff like that, like you can look once you become financially free, then you have time to look into the future. So like, hey, if I just look at the roads we're on, like let's say the next 100 years, what could happen in 100 years with artificial intelligence or robotics or automation? So within 100 years, no human being would work on a farm to grow the food or to harvest the food. It's all done by robots and automation. So then therefore, because of blockchain, nobody works at the grocery store. It's all QR codes and Internet of Things. It's all connected. So you literally just go to the store, put all the food in the thing. It's tracking it. But even more so, we will evolve even out of money. Mm-hmm. Once you realize that there's infinite abundance,
right,
then when the consciousness shifts, you never take more than you need.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So the consciousness shifts. Nobody's stealing because everybody just gets whatever they want.
Yeah,
right.
There's all the
Greed
resources.
kind of goes away.
Exactly.
We're already there. We just get lied to that there isn't an abundance, right?
Yeah. It's not even right. It is a truth. Yeah. It's a truth of the old construct.
Yeah. There you go.
So again, like anything like that, when you blame or point the finger, you're stuck in resistance just for that little bit. It's to say, hey, I see you for your truth, I accept it. I'm actually grateful that it got us to where we are here, but like, I'm playing this game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not using a bank. Like, why would you use a bank? Why would you use dollars? Like, that's dumb. Like, if I could go over here and use this, it's way more efficient.
Yeah.
And then I have the potential, if I get in now or early, to change my whole life. Like, why wouldn't I do that? Like, all these they're just decisions that we make, and more people are waking up to this as their system. As we see the cracks and the flaws in their system, we'll just wake up more and more, and people will just see like, oh, okay, yeah, there's this new thing. But again, the vast majority of people, and think about this for yourself, like, the pain has to be so intense before you're willing to change.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So most people aren't willing to deal with the skeletons in their closet. They're not willing to let go of the ideals that they worship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, America is an ideal and an idol. So when your kid goes to school and cross your heart, hope to die, stick a needle in your eye, you are worshiping a false idol. A flag is an idol.
That's right.
States are idols. So we're literally
Worshipping idols.
right.
Wow.
Yeah.
And those idols aren't necessarily true anymore. They can change. Like, there was a time where, America kicked ass.
Well,
Yeah.
It started out this new belief that you could be free. And like before that, people didn't really like, that was the virus, right?
That's why we left Europe.
That's
or
why
at least,
we
Europeans
fled.
left. Yeah, exactly.
We fled for religious freedom.
Right. So freedom, there's the name of the game.
Right.
All souls desire freedom. That's our ultimate aspiration, is freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And so, America was, or the idea, let's look at this timeline, this story, is that, it's the evolution of consciousness. We started going up the scale of emotion, the emotional guidance scale, into freedom. So in order to get freedom, we have to transcend corruption, manipulation, and you can see like let's look at energy waves. So like we can see that sometimes we'll kick ass, and then so like the start 1776, oh, let's all be free, let's kick some ass. Then it becomes corrupted again. You get in this little dark, just like there's day and night, there's dark and light periods of time during this game that we play.
Right.
So let's say for the last couple hundred years, because 1776 wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't
It
that
really
long
wasn't,
ago.
relatively speaking.
No.
So
really
it's happening faster, the rate of change.
Yeah.
So the time span between day and night is shrinking. So you guys were into this stuff. Did you guys ever get into the 2012 calendar? The Mayan calendar?
No, I mean, I've heard things about it.
Okay.
I have an interpretation about it. Kind of like what's going on with us right now,
of course,
is what they went through then, based on
Right.
their ideas and beliefs and all of
Is it
that.
similar to the
new,
100-year reset?
instead of it
or...
being
It's a 26,000 year. Well,
26,000 shift.
Their grand cycle is 26,000. I believe there's even greater, like millions of years cycles.
Sure, right?
But their whole, because I was obsessed with the 2012 calendar.
Okay.
And so.
I was counting down.
Oh, yeah. Well, once I figured out what it really was, I stopped. They were tracking the evolution of consciousness.
Is that what it was?
Oh.
Yes. And so even in their pyramids, they tracked 9 cycles or 9 levels of consciousness. And the 9th, which is what 2012 symbolized, is that we were going into the 9th level of consciousness, the galactic consciousness.
Oh.
So in the galactic consciousness, that's where we leave the planet.
Gotcha.
Imagine this. Once we leave the planet, then there's like this cataclysm or a reset. Because not everybody gets to leave the planet. Only the ones whose consciousness evolves gets to leave.
Yep.
Then there's some sort of reset that's happened throughout our history that kind of starts things over again. Just like in nature, I use the example of a dandelion. When it's young, it's beautiful and yellow, but then as it matures, the beauty becomes pods and seeds for them to leave. And that's what we are on this planet. It's just a pod.
Wow.
So over these eons, we keep reincarnating and learning these lessons and evolving our consciousness until we get to this level, and then we leave, and there's a whole nother realm of a game to play that's totally different from the reality, the third and fourth dimensions that we're used to, you know?
Right.
Well, so that's even like with Kay, like we are going into these higher dimensions.
Yeah. So is that exposing, that's what's causing the exposure of so many things that's going on with just all the corruption?
Yes, because the corruption is just the manifestation of the collective consciousness. It's just showing the traumas that the collective... I, as an individual, yes, I see it. I'm trying my best not to be so corrupt. In fact, I'm trying to be more loving, more trusting, more... I'm trying to be just the opposite.
Right.
So yeah, it's just telling us where we are. So what I see is, again, is the vast majority of people they'll die for traditions, even in favor of the truth.
Yeah.
So they will die over the invisible man that they believe in, or they'll die over the nation state that they get their paycheck from. Yeah. They'll die for that. That's resistance, ultimate resistance. Rather than saying, oh, there's a new truth out there.
Yeah, that cognitive dissonance is real.
So that's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
We're just seeing that we all have, again, the infinite God, call it what you want, it's constantly trying to wake us up. It wants us to evolve and grow because it's through us that it gets to experience everything, Mm-hmm. So it's like, wake up. For the ones that are waking up, it's like, oh yeah, kick ass, keep going, wake up more, wake up more. But so many people right now are not waking up. But not only that, but they're really resisting. They're stuck in their ideals of the way they think the world should be, even if that's not necessarily true.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever heard the theory of multiverse?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I the more K I've done, the more I think it's like realistic.
Oh yeah, it is the real metaverse.
Well, and it's crazy to think about. Like they say, when you dream, that's just you going into another one of or seeing your life through another one of your multiverse people.
Yeah,
like who you are in a different multiverse. Because I've been through some weird ass shit.
Oh yeah,
and that was another thing. Joe Rogan and all these guys, they were talking about this stuff in 2009, 2011. Like we're hundreds of years away from this stuff, and it's already happening. So you were talking about in like 100 years where we're going to, with robots growing food and stuff like that. I think we're 10 years away from something like that.
Oh, for sure.
It's already happening, I'm
sure,
it's already in some aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the guy we just had, he was saying they recently in ALS, someone that has ALS is controlling the internet with their mind.
Yeah.
So they're able
emails,
to control,
order food.
So it's already happening.
What?
Yeah.
It's already happening. And then they've already teleported physical stuff into space and stuff like that. So it's already happening.
Are already getting teleported into space. And we thought that was hundreds of years away, and now it's happening in 2022. I mean, how long until they start sending living objects, like an email? From like if you email somebody in India or Zoom call.
Oh yeah, man!
We do it all the time. Every Saturday we do it, and they're all around the world. None of those people even hate us, too, right? Like I remember, gosh, there was a while there where I was like, oh, the Chinese, we got to stay away from the Chinese. But Chinese people are great. They're all amazing, Like everyone I've talked to has been so great. So
the matrix that gets you to believe the false beliefs.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
No one's against. They have manipulated.
Totally.
Yeah. You know what? That's the one thing in this world that irks me the most is just kind of how we treat other nations when in reality, I mean, we're the ones. Oh, sorry. I don't even want to get into it.
No, but that is a gift for you. That is a teacher for you to transcend whatever that irking. What is that irk really? Is it resentment? Is it anger?
It's anger. It's. I don't want to say resentment. It's just anger with really what's going on in this world.
But don't you believe that it's all so perfect? In fact, it's so perfect that our minds could never even conceptualize its perfection. Mm-hmm. So everything is all the suffering is, those people are suffering because they need to suffer.
Yeah.
They need to suffer just like you had to suffer until it's like, hey, when the fuck are you going to get your shit together? Yeah. When are you going to transcend? Right. They need that too.
She just went through this today.
Oh my Lord. Well, you want to share?
You don't have to give specifics.
But
so she knows that she's in a current situation right now where she knows she deserves better. Not with
not
me,
here. No, this is perfect.
Yeah,
this is fine.
Yeah. but just kind of her job situation. She's part owner of my company, and she helps me out as much as she can. However, her passion is in the gym, and her passion.
That's my church.
She loves being in the gym, right?
Yeah.
And so, she had a situation in which she was supporting a certain individual to open up a brand new gym, right?
Okay.
And, she was training there, but she wasn't satisfied. She felt like she was being taken advantage of.
Just the environment wasn't in alignment with who I am, and that's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to perform my best if my environment doesn't support me, right? In every way.
Let's say you woke up tomorrow with $10 million. Mm-hmm. Would you really want to open a gym? Or would you just like to work out?
I would love to open a gym.
Even if what would you rather do? Open a gym and manage that business, or travel the world?
Travel the world.
So the gym a means to an end to get the money to live the real life that you really want to live?
No.
That you're going to make money while also doing what you're passionate about, which is physical fitness and stuff like that.
Yeah, training, yeah.
But see, you're so stuck in, I think this is the way for me to do it. There could be a better way. And but we're just not even seeing yet.
Well, that's what happened.
So she had to break up.
I had to break up with my environment and with
crucial conversation.
Today,
zinger!
Like literally 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
David's waiting in the car, like, we gotta go to this podcast.
Yeah.
You know what? I was
all right, babe, I'm the getaway driver.
Yeah. Zoom out of there.
She got recruited to go to another gym and have a better opportunity.
Well, so I've been working at the previous place for a while and opening the gym, and the more time I spend there, I'm like, the more I don't want to be here.
Totally.
Kind of a thing. I'm seeing what is really going on around me. And a weekend I was like, okay, universe, show me what I'm supposed to be doing. Show me what I really deserve. Okay?
Nice.
Like all weekend. Just putting that energy out there. Monday morning, my friend comes to me and says, this opportunity is here, like 8 a.m. Monday morning.
Yeah, you guys are great.
I got to talk to you. I got to talk to you. She's like, you need to come with me. And I was like, you answered my call. She was the vessel, right?
Of course.
She was the channeler, the messenger.
That email. You got the email.
I got
through
the
her.
email from the universe from her,
and
and so it was hard for her to do that today.
Of course it is.
Very hard.
That's the King Koopa you have to beat to get the reward. You have to go through a scary thing.
Yeah,
that's right. And that's
just
to
realize.
It hurt.
Yes, but in the end, you got what gifts did you get? Self-confidence, self-esteem, freedom. Yeah.
And understanding.
Level up. You're going to the next level.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying all week. It's time to level up, Lolo. It's time to level up.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I, and I was like, should I guide her and help her out with how she should present the situation? And I was like, no, she's a big girl. And even if she says something that she may not, I go, everything's going to happen the way that it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let her do her thing. And here I am thinking, man, this is going to be sour. This is going to be sour. But I'm like, you know what? Whatever she goes through, whether she gets cussed out, whatever, it's going to be fine.
Because you don't have to hold anything. If they want to be sour, then that's their prerogative. Yeah. I choose to live in peace and love. And as dorky as that sounds, like I'm really...
For real.
I don't like any drama or trauma in my life.
Yeah.
So if you want to be mad at me, like, I don't really care.
That's on you.
Yeah, I don't give a shit what you think about me.
Yeah.
And when she called me crying, I was like, baby, say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What that says, that's my freaking motto. Thank you.
Always.
Wow. Yes. Always. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Whatever I need.
Especially
Shit,
during
it might
the hard
suck,
times.
but the hard times are meant to teach us something.
Yes,
thank you for letting me see the hard time.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm going to experience the good times.
And then next time I'll see it earlier, and then I don't have to go through as much pain.
Right.
Again, we wait. I'm sure you saw red flags freaking day one, maybe,
I mean, looking back, it's like, I wasn't really okay with that in the beginning.
Yeah.
But we'll let it slide. Because...
What about relationships? I know I have, we see red flags, but we get caught up, and then it's like everything is always trying to guide us.
Right.
to where we can always be in peace.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was hard. It's still a breakup, right?
Of course.
But yeah, I'm thankful because he showed me his true colors. It was not easy breezy beautiful.
It was not pleasant.
It was not pleasant. And so, but I walked out, I was like, thank you for showing me who you really are.
Nice.
And just, that's it. That's all on you, buddy. So
I hope you learn your lessons in this lifetime. Because
Yes.
his lessons gotta suck.
Yeah.
People's, it's like, oh, I hope you get it so you can have some peace if you're angry or, you're talking shit. It's like, oh, dang.
Sorry.
Yeah, I hope you get it.
Yeah.
See you later, though.
Yeah.
When can I get that check?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
my God,
exactly
that's
what
so
I'm talking
Oh,
about.
yeah. I'd be
Oh
like,
my God.
let me get that check, dog.
Yeah.
Everything was
By the
under the
way-
table. So
Oh,
I'm like, I bet
okay.
you're not getting paid this week.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, you want to quit on a Monday
and
then
I'm like,
after
what-
pay.
I know,
As soon
right?
as check.
Yeah.
By the way,
Let's
I
go
quit.
TP his house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, you know what? It's okay because it's going to be that much easier for you to stay away.
Oh, yeah,
gonna be-
for sure.
It's going to be
Yeah,
that much
yeah.
easier for you to stay. Because she has such a big heart.
I can already tell for
Such
sure.
a big heart. And I love it, but it also kills me because, sometimes
You see her get walked all over or
I
anything?
see her suffer, and I see
Totally.
people taking advantage of her kindness and taking it
Yeah.
for weakness. And it's like, but you know what? She's learning lessons, and
Bingo.
she's learning lessons.
Bingo.
And
In
we
fact, you
both are.
both did, but you're the one learning. So I have this other
Yes.
weird idea that, like, the empath, their karma is to learn to be more narcissistic, to be more self-centered, think about yourself. The narcissist karma is to learn to be more empathetic.
That's why they're attracted to
Exactly.
each other.
They have lessons to learn from one another.
Wow.
We all are. Like, I'm very narcissistic at times. I know how to put that hat on. I'm good at it. But I'm also very empathetic and very empathic, where I live on that scale more, but it's a scale.
Yeah.
When you define someone or yourself as something, then you put that in stone. Whereas I just say, oh, this person's stuck in narcissism. Or this person's stuck, the extremes are not good for either one. I know so many empathic people that wear a smile on their face, but they're full of resentment and anger inside. So it's like, oh yeah, you're tricking everybody, maybe even yourself, but deep inside, nah, you're still, you're resentful because you let people walk all over you. So that causes resentment and things like that. So it's like, neither one is better than the other. They're just, we incarnate to have these lessons. So it's like, hey, they're actually in life, there's some times where it's really good to be narcissistic, to be self-centered and think about yourself and like, oh, you're trying to take advantage of me. I don't deal with that shit.
That's
And
right.
in a loving way, like, hey, I love you, but I'm not a little bitch.
That's right.
Nobody walks all
That's
over.
right. Yeah.
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 And then
I ain't
there's
no
other
punk
times-
bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you have, even with my son, because my son is so empathic. And like even recently, like I put him in jujitsu because like, hey, you're so loving and so trusting that as you get older, like people will walk, I'm not always going to be your bodyguard.
Yeah.
And so you need to learn to take care of yourself and to stand up for yourself and speak your truth. And so.
How old is your son?
7.
7.
Yeah.
Ours is going to be 7 at the end of October.
Lovely.
Nice.
And
Boy
we
or
should-
girl?
Boy.
Nice.
So boy, and then our girl is she'll be 5 in like a week and a half.
Wow.
Wow,
So that's
nice.
cool.
Oh, so a little Cancer and Leo.
Yeah. No, she's Leo. She is full 100%
Oh, really?
Leo. I'm the Cancer of the family. She's
Oh,
the Leo.
when's your birthday?
You're Cancer Leo.
I'm but definitely more Cancer on Monday.
Yeah.
The 25th.
Oh, yeah, so yeah, on the cusp. My son's is the 29th.
Oh, cool.
So he's like just a couple days. Okay,
Yeah.
so Cancer, what are you?
I'm Aquarius Capricorn, January 20th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So good
So
to
when
know.
it
I'm
comes- when it comes
super
to-
Cancer, so
Okay.
good to know what kind of
Yeah.
Yes.
energies match.
Yeah.
Virgo.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Virgo.
Virgo.
I'm
Virgo.
always matching with Virgos,
Okay.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. We were having the conversation on the way over here, and I was like, I do not get along with Scorpio women.
Oh, really?
At all.
I don't know.
At
Oh,
all.
they're so muy caliente,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, and I don't know. Just something about me is that I just hate when people are just too into themselves.
Yeah.
like I can't stand it.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, get away from me. But somehow, some way, some of my best friends
Of
are
course.
Libra men.
You mean Scorpio or Libra?
Libra men.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
actually fair and just.
Well, very just, but very arrogant too sometimes. I mean, Lil Wayne, Drake, Justin Bieber, you know what I mean?
Those are Scorpio and Libra cusp people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So,
but also, are those characteristics you really would like to install more in yourself?
What triggers us?
Right. Or
why are you exposing me?
Sorry.
Exposure hour.
Comes out. Sorry. This is how my brain works.
Put the microphone in front of me.
You resist, persist. So
That's
why don't
so
you just
funny.
look at it as like a lesson? Like, oh, if this annoys me about that person, is that something in me I need to change, or is it something in me I need to instill or take on?
You may be right about the Libra Scorpio men, but not Scorpio women. I just can't stand it whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So you guys both have big hearts, so it comes together real well. You know, you guys probably support each other emotionally very well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's easy to be vulnerable and get those feelings out.
Yeah.
So I'm so fucking good at my.
We met you guys. We met you guys at the
block party.
Yeah.
And
so you guys met my son. Maybe he was jacked up.
Yeah.
Freaking sugar. Speaking of keto, he was not. He was in insulin.
Yeah.
He was diabetic. He's pretty diabetic right there. He was just gobbling down.
That's right.
Kate introduced us.
Yeah.
How do you know?
I have known Kate since I was 15 years old.
Oh, no way.
I have known Kate for half of my life.
Wow, that's crazy.
I met her and her parents at Rembrandt's.
Okay.
Years ago. And we've just stayed in touch.
Yeah.
I love Judy. She's
Yes.
a doll.
Judy. Yeah, Judy's great.
Yeah, and when they were
She's
together,
so nice.
met Ian and all of them. They're all
wonderful.
so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
really
just had
good
Lloyd
people.
on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh my God, so cool.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah. Second to this one. This is number one now.
Aw, you guys. Too nice. Too nice.
Nice. So what's like your guys' website or anything for the coaching? You guys got that stuff set up or what?
Yeah.
Or do you guys got like an Instagram?
Yeah.
Good, and we'll have the guys put like your Instagram handle.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So I've been coaching for almost 5 years now.
Nice.
But it was only like I can only take on so many clients while we were also meal prepping, right?
Yeah.
So full time since September of 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
And his Instagram handle is the Ketogenic Reset at the
Nice.
Ketogenic Reset, and I'm at Keto Coach Low.
Nice, great promotion right there. Good job. You're
Follow
a pro.
us.
Our website is
Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah.
theketogenicreset.com.
Nice.
Yeah, and once again, our goal isn't to tell people that, hey, you know what? You should be doing keto for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You should do a short-term ketogenic reset so you can have even more carbs.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the whole idea behind it.
Yes, I had some homemade, the absolute best Italian food in Boise. That was the only thing I even ate yesterday, but it was absolute. I mean, noodles made homemade at the restaurant.
Wow.
The guy's from Naples or Sicily.
Okay.
Amazing.
So how often do you practice intermittent fasting?
Every day.
Nice.
Cool.
Well, Monday through Saturday. Sunday, like I'd like brunch or something like that. But even then, so I'm on like day, I don't remember if like my biggest bugaboo was drinking. I like to party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like to party. But then if I drink, then I'm attracted to eating like dog shit.
Yeah, totally.
And plus, like
bar food.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I'm so forward thinking. Like it doesn't matter how fucked up I get, I'm planning to not get a hangover. So I'm gonna eat. I'll drink a half a gallon of water before I go to bed. Like I'm thinking.
That's what you gotta do.
I don't want a hangover, but I like to party. Yeah. So I'm just. So now that I've quit that, like that's. To me, changes so much from my own biochemistry, not drinking alcohol, and then just a few days fasting. So I usually do, what was it, like 18-6?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't usually start eating till 2 p.m., 2 to 8 is my eating window.
That's a great window.
That's usually what we do.
Yeah.
And I don't really think about too much about like what I do eat. Like I don't like count my macros or anything, but like I'll usually.
You don't have to. So here's what's crazy is that, you know, I've done some bodybuilding and I've carried a certain amount of muscle, right?
Yeah.
But when you're typically in a state of glycolysis for the majority of your life, you're sugar dependent.
Right.
Which means if you don't work out, if you don't use it, you lose it. Right?
Yeah.
So what's crazy is that for the past, few years, unless she's bodybuilding, like she eats 1 to 3 meals in a 1 hour window. So she fasts 23 hours a day.
Yeah, see, and I don't even have a big appetite. It's actually, I have to push myself to even eat 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
But I'll eat like a big ass meal, big ribeye.
Exactly. Yeah.
Giant salad with,
Right.
So for me, for the past 2 years, I've been at an extreme caloric deficit.
Oh, really?
But I still maintain my muscle.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I still maintain my muscle. And I probably work out maybe once a month.
Yeah.
Just because right now with our business, I'm just trying to grow it as much as possible. And that's all I really focus on.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of ribs pop out, but whatever.
Yeah.
But, so my main focus right now is just trying to keep my nutrition impeccable.
Yeah.
Right? Except for on the weekends. I'll carb up.
We might have some empanadas on the weekends.
Some empanadas, some French toast.
What's that place on?
What's Tango's?
Tangos. Oh, man.
So
we tried it
good.
for the first time a couple days ago.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
It was so good.
But I'm telling you, you guys ever been to Buenos Aires?
Buenos Aires?
Yeah.
I've never been there.
Oh, I mean, that's the empanada capital.
Yeah.
That's all I ate. I went there for 3 weeks and 23, right before I met you, actually.
Yeah.
That's all I would eat for every meal.
Breakfast empanada.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. So yeah, we know how to eat, but because we practice intermittent fasting, at the end of the day, I tell people like this, look, at the end of the day, it's intermittent fasting that's going to support your health and your body.
Yeah.
But if I called my program fasting,
right,
we're not going to get any business.
Right, no way.
Keto just makes fasting easier.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it right there. So.
And again, what you said, as your biochemistry changes, so you go from sugar running your system to ketones or for fat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Your whole thinking changes, your emotions change, your physiology changes, all of it.
Yeah.
And I think that, more and more, again, even the idea that we need proteins, even all those,
it's less. We don't need so much.
And the less you do, the more.
Yeah,
for sure.
So this is this is gonna be your aha moment right here. So as you know, keto is perfect for diabetics, right?
Oh yeah.
So have you ever heard of type 3 diabetes?
I have not.
Type 3 diabetes is Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I've just read that article a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's right.
That they're tracing it back to diet, and a lot of them are heavy drinkers.
Yeah. So I need to put a plug in real quick because there's a business around here called A Mind for All Seasons, and the owner is Dr. Eric Collette. And so it's right up here in Garden City, which was really close to our restaurant. And he used to send his Alzheimer's patients to us.
Wow.
But see, it's not, so the traditional keto protocol is 70% fat, 25% protein, and only 5% carbs coming from nuts, seeds, and vegetables. Yeah. But for someone who's that has Alzheimer's, a type 3 diabetic, it's not a combination of saturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, and monounsaturated fats. It's purely 80 to 90% polyunsaturated fats because it utilizes EPA plus DHA and omega-3s.
You gotta rebuild the brain.
You gotta rebuild the brain.
That fat that makes up the brain.
It dries up or something, right?
That's right.
Oh, so it doesn't degrade, it just dries up? You're losing the fat, so you're not losing actual physical cells or anything.
Right.
So you can puff it back up.
Yeah. And through intermittent fasting.
Yes. What it needs, what it's actually made of. DHA, whatever.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you're in a state of ketosis, after approximately 20 to 22 hours of fasting, your body goes into a state of autophagy.
Of course.
And not only that, but just an hour or two later, your brain starts producing some proteins called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which connects the neurons.
50 Shades of Grey.
All right. Which starts connecting even more neurons in your brain and allows the electricity of your brain to start running faster.
Yeah, turning back on.
Yeah, turning back
out the
on.
sewer system.
So,
Let's clean this shit out.
So you don't have to be a type 3 Alzheimer's diabetic to experience enhancing your brain.
Of course.
You can just do it by being in a state of ketosis and utilizing more polyunsaturated fats, which is a whole bunch of seeds, a couple of nuts, and then fish.
Okay, so now I got a question for you. What are your thoughts on Carnivore MD.
Whoa, that's a whole nother level.
Liver King. But they're saying no
King.
seeds.
Yeah.
No seeds.
Yeah.
So what are you...
No
fruits. Yeah,
so,
no
Liver
vegetables.
King does eat some fruit sometimes.
Yeah, both
So
do.
So
they
cycle.
In fact, that's what they
cycle.
say.
They cycle.
Yeah, they cycle.
Yeah.
Well, then they eat it every day. Like
Every
a whole
day.
pineapple every day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Carnivore
Like a
MD
lot
eats
of high
fruit.
fiber.
To support the pancreas, because
Yes.
there's certain enzymes that your pancreas cannot produce unless you're having it at the right time, strategically and methodically.
Interesting.
So it's not just at any given time.
Carnivore MD starts
Paul
eating
Saladino?
he starts eating at 4:30 and then stops, I think, at 2 or 3 o'clock. I can't remember. Somewhere around then.
Yeah. So and depending on the type of workouts that he's doing too, also changes that.
So blood work too.
Yeah.
I mean, he talks about. It's data. Why would you?
Yeah. So did you know that there's more neurons in the gut than there are in the brain?
I have heard that.
So at the end of the day, it's all about your gut.
Totally.
So if you have a messed up gut, you've got to repopulate your gut with the right bacteria based on what your goal is. So there's so much vitamins and nutrients in intestines. If you're eating a lot of those as part of the organs when you're doing carnivore, you don't need fiber. You don't need vegetables. You don't need fruits. The intestines alone.
Those were the meats that we sourced and ate first.
Oh, 100%.
When we were hunters and gatherers, we ate the organs first.
Yeah.
There's still tribes that do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's the most nutrient dense, and they toss out the lean meat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
or they preserve it for,
jerky.
For when
jerky. That's right.
For
yeah, some people do that. So I tried carnivore for a while, and I felt absolutely amazing. But when we opened up our own restaurant, and I was eating our food every day, all day. Oh
yeah, man. I mean,
I had no choice.
In this. Matrix that we live in. I mean, you got to be very mindful and strategic about making that dramatic of a change when there's freaking
food in front of my face all day, every day.
When if you do keto, because I did it, I can't remember the meal company that I was ordering from.
Factor,
that's what it was.
Oh.
So I did that for I did that for probably like 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
And then I remember the first time I drank alcohol, like I was so drunk.
Yes.
The most drunk.
Yes.
It was like 3 or 4 drinks, and I was just like, wait, I could barely even stand up.
Isn't it amazing?
It's
That's
weird.
That's always were the cheapest dates ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
one
drink and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because your liver's just pure and clean, and then you give us some booze, it's like, it's party time.
So her Uncle Mike has a boat, and we go typically, so Wednesdays and Sundays are like the only days where I tell my clients, hey, I may not be as available on Wednesdays and Sundays.
Nice.
Those are family days.
Yeah.
And so what I love to do is fast all day, right? And then, have some Trulies or straight liquor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And, 1 to 3 drinks, I'm on cloud 9. Right?
100%.
Yeah. And then since I'm, keto most of the time, when I have a buzz or when I'm drunk, it's like I'm the happiest drunk ever. It's just absolutely amazing. So the whole chemistry of your body changes, especially when you're doing keto. You're allowing your liver enzymes to produce more. So the healthier you are, the faster you get drunk.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
And building that tolerance is affecting your liver.
But then the faster your body processes it out,
if you
and
guys,
the less you're affected.
If you guys go to the ketamine place, they say don't eat for like 3 or 4 hours before.
Yes.
But typically because we're going tomorrow, so my last meal is going to be at like 6 o'clock today.
Nice. Good for you.
I'm not going to eat until we hit it tomorrow. And it's like you blast off even more.
Yeah.
What time are you guys going?
2 o'clock. I'm 2, Kate's 2, and he's 2:30.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the first time I did it, I was on a 72-hour fast.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. So we experiment. So anytime we try something like that, fasting is the number one consideration.
Yeah.
Because the less you have, especially when it comes to massages.
Yeah,
have you ever had a massage 48 hours fasting?
No.
So I'll take like loads of curcumin. Right?
Oh, really?
Curcumin.
Yeah.
And if I have a strong massage therapist and I want them to beat me up, then, you know, I'm going to damage my liver a little bit, but I'll have an amazing experience. I take like 4 or 5 Advils, have some curcumin, like on a 48-hour fast. And it's like, if I fall asleep, it's not good. I need to be in a little bit of pain. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
But you do that and you just have an amazing experience. It drains your lymphatic system, supports your nervous system. You just have so many more benefits when you do things fasted.
You know, versus in a state of inflammation, you go get a massage, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to be as effective.
There's a lady in LA that a lot of pro athletes are going to now, that she does I don't know, like these little plastic pieces.
The blades?
Yeah, and she'll work out all these muscles. And I think she's
she's scraping?
Yeah.
She's scraping.
And these people like scream.
Yeah.
But afterwards, like, you know, the basketball players, like, I've never felt better. You
Yeah.
know? She even says, like, stretching is, like, if it's not worked out or open, like, you're just tearing it. And so this lady gets in there and just, like, hammers all these, like, pro athlete. But next time I go to LA, I'm going to go visit her. Yeah. Or set up an appointment.
Dr. Oscar does it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's places around town too.
Yeah,
I used to get 2 massages a week.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love a massage.
There's a place in Meridian that does that too.
I've never had a
torture.
good...
I'm there to get tortured.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, stand on me, like whatever you need to
Kick
do.
my butt.
Treasure Valley Rossiter.
Oh,
I love
Ellen.
Ellen.
So great.
Ellen, yeah. I
Ellen
love
Argo,
her.
she's
I've
awesome.
been there forever.
Yeah.
I just went. Yeah,
That's
my
good.
back. Yeah, my back was
Yeah.
my upper back, my shoulders, everything was like super tight to where it was like draining. And then I went in there and it was like the same thing I explained to you with my hamstring, because I follow this guy Gorilla Zen on Instagram, and one of the exercises he had me do was roll out with like this massage ball deal in my hamstring and then do bridges.
Lacrosse ball?
Well, it looks like a lacrosse ball, but it's got like little threads in it. So
okay.
It's not flat.
Gotcha.
But you roll out 30 seconds on each side and then you do the bridges. But it was like one time I hit something and it was like my hamstring deflated. And like all of a sudden, like I felt it was like my hamstring got bigger in that moment. It was like so tight that once I released it, it was like it opened up and like I could feel... Yeah, it was so weird, but like even the inside of my thigh was starting to get like a little bit soft, right? And I was like, what the fuck's wrong with my thigh? Like, why is it getting so soft right here?
Yeah.
And then as soon as I felt that pressure release, it was like, oh shit, that's where that muscle went. It was just so tight in the middle there that it just needed to like get released. And
Didn't you say like you felt sick?
Yeah, so sick. Like after it happened, it was like the room started spinning. I was like, oh shit.
Wow.
Yeah, I got like a little bit of a high from it. And then I did the same thing on the other thigh right after that, because it was like my mind was like, oh, I know how to do this now. And then it was so much easier for me to do the other side. But it was weird as hell.
That's awesome. Yeah. We love beating ourselves up when it comes to that. Going through that trauma, we know on the other side is
right.
Healing.
Yeah.
And some euphoria.
Yeah.
That's the little reward, is a little bit of what is that, like a masochistic or something?
A little bit about
I like a little pain.
Yeah.
I find a little pleasure in the pain, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's like the mouth pain, I like to really push on it. It feels good.
Like flossing or something?
Nope.
Or like if I get like a canker sore or something, I'll push on it, bite on it, because I like the pain, you know. Or a massage, like I like it. Like,
it's like when I get a bruise,
I hate it, but exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm just pushing on it. In fact, I go my neighbor 2 doors down has like this functional. It's like a biohacking place, but I've been doing traction with him, and for me, like I'm really good at leaving my body. So like when I go into the traction, I'll usually just put music on and I'll just let go. Like I'm in the pain, like but I can disconnect from it.
Yeah.
And like I can be like in the music, because I love playing music and stuff like that. So I can just like leave my body while it's just in the pain of the traction, and I'm just like partying in the metaverse, you know.
That resonates deeply, like with lifting too.
Exactly.
Yeah. You just kind of tap out and you just go through it, and you feel it, but you're not connected to it.
100%.
Yeah, it's almost like the same thing with rugby. What I've realized is like people don't understand is oh, like people always used to ask me like, oh, are you just in like good enough shape? And it's like, no, you're breathing hard so you're tired the entire game, but you just get used to being out of breath. That makes sense. Like you're sprinting out of breath and you're learning these motions. It's like
they're unconscious at once.
Exactly.
When
you play, you're not
thinking.
In fact, they're not, because adrenaline causes you to get out of that anyway. So you're not even in your body.
Autopilot.
Yeah. The better you get. They talk about that in sports.
Yeah, they talk about that in sports a lot.
Yeah, you just get used to being out of breath. And like football, you only play like 10 minutes. But in rugby, you're nonstop running for 40 minutes pretty much.
That's right.
And it's like there's so much physical contact, but you just get used to all of it, and like you get used to being out of breath, and then after the end of the game, it's almost like a high.
Oh, of course.
You're like, it is a high. I'm fucking hurting.
It is,
but
yeah.
like I just went to fucking battle against these guys.
Wow.
And it was amazing.
That's right. It's so interesting the way that our body reacts with all of our hormones and all of that. We love talking about that all the time. Yeah, man, you guys are awesome. I'm so happy you guys invited us here.
We just try to get cool people on here and talk to them and see. We call it Unplugged because we want to unplug other people, but we just realize as we unplug other people, we're just projecting because we want to be more unplugged. So we learn something new from all these amazing people. You know?
100%.
That is so cool. So, I mean, we were talking before. I know you invited us on here, and thank you. This has been an amazing experience.
Thank you so much.
But, I mean, I know you guys are really busy, and I know your time is valuable, but I would like to learn a little bit more about what you guys do with crypto, and I guess we can save that for another time or figure something out. But
I sent you those videos, right?
You did send me the few videos.
Yeah, just watch those.
I checked out 2. Okay,
yeah.
I didn't check out the last one.
There's 4 total, and I don't know what website you send them to now, but
I just sent him the Black to Crypto,
like
the 5 videos,
the text links.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, just watch all those videos. That'll explain everything about what we. So it's systematic. The first 2 videos are meant to teach you just the bare fundamentals at a kindergarten level.
Perfect.
Then the 3rd video is meant to show you the opportunity, the investment opportunity, talking about, logically showing you why we believe Bitcoin, for example, will go to $1 million per Bitcoin. So once you kind of understand the fundamentals of what you're investing in, then you see the opportunity. Then the 4th video is what we do. All we do are Zoom calls where we just walk you through setting everything up, securing everything, and ongoing support.
Okay.
Yeah. Because for most people, the biggest challenge is the setting things up. That's the overwhelming...
startup.
Right.
Yeah. Where to begin.
Bingo.
Yeah. Where to begin.
Bingo, bango, jingo.
So we have a step-by-step. Because you'll really realize once you get like the first couple things set up, the real key, it's all copy and paste. It's all copy and paste. Exactly. That's all it is. So once your accounts are set up, it's just copying and pasting address. And then once it's set up, like you don't touch it. Like my philosophy is we're not trading it.
Yeah, you're not trading
right.
You're just holding forever.
Yeah.
And then if there are crashes in the market, you want to buy more.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get people self-sufficient. So, hey, I can build this portfolio. Now I know how to do it. I have this recorded Zoom call, which was me setting up the accounts. So then in the future, when I need to buy or should I want to sell, I now know how. And then we have like a community where like-minded people are sharing not only crypto, but the long-term plan is with the Galactic Network is to share our value with one another. So like my value in the community right now is the crypto part of it. But like if you guys join the community, your guys might be health. So then we can say, hey, here are health experts. In fact, right after this, in 2 hours, we do a weekly live Zoom call with all the members. And right now it's just me talking about crypto, talking about certain points every week, and then answering Q&A questions. So if someone, hey, how do I buy this coin? I'll hop on and do a Zoom call showing you how to buy it. But in the future, I might say, hey, we've got David and Lolo. They're going to talk to you about keto for 20 minutes. And it's just a Zoom call. all around the world. So as time goes on, we'll have more people.
Yeah, there's people in India, China, Philippines already. So
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's a marketplace. Like, so let's say if you want to accept crypto in your business, you can now put your business saying, hey, let's say if there were 1,000 people in Boise right now that were in Galactic Network, well, we all are into crypto. So if I can pay with you for your services with crypto versus dollars, I would personally much prefer that.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to buy a car in crypto because I don't have a bank account. I don't have a bank account
already.
Oh, wow. For 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm all 100% crypto.
Wow.
So for me, it's actually a pain in my ass. Wow. If I have to buy a new car or I have to go, I mean, I have systems in place, but to me, it's like I'd much rather buy something in crypto.
They're already accepting it here off Fairview at a car place, car dealership.
Oh yeah. So we just went into Toyota. Mass adoption.
Yeah.
It's happening, huh?
Oh, 100%.
It's here.
Yeah, evolution doesn't happen like a light switch.
Yeah.
It takes long periods of time.
Yes.
And so things happen slowly. Then you look back and you're like, oh, that happened fast.
I'm curious, would you mind sharing with me why you chose Galactic as your name?
Of course, yeah, because of that, the 2012. So when I was researching 2012, I found this guy named Ian Lungold, who was like an anthropologist or something like that, and he was researching it too. He's the one that discovered that they were really tracking consciousness. And then again, this last consciousness is galactic consciousness. So for me, like
space travel.
Right. Blockchain technology is the technology. It's like the railroad for artificial intelligence. Because on these blocks, we can store we'll be able to take all the records instead of keeping them on paper and keeping them in even computer, they'll all be stored in the blockchain. So when artificial intelligence goes into full maturity, it can gather any information from all the information that's stored on the blockchain.
These new chips that they're coming out with, it's going to, because they can measure how much your brain can retain right now. And so these new chips they're coming out with, it increases that amount by 4 times. And I think that's why you have so much depression and anxiety, and we've talked about this before, is because we're on system overload right now. Yeah. And so we almost have to use these chips or, psychedelics or all these different things to expand our mind so we can retain more information. And that's why, when people used to say, oh, I ain't getting no chip, I was one of them, but now I have this, I know about blockchain. I know you can't hack it. So through blockchain, if they want to throw a chip in me, let's give me even more than that. I want to get to the point where it's like the Matrix when they hook up and they all of a sudden they know how to drive all of a sudden they know how to drive a helicopter or kung fu. The other thing is humans keep getting better looking as time goes on, right? I
just watched a video on this topic.
Yeah.
Now that you bring it up, that they were showing people in the 40s and 50s that were in their 20s.
Yeah.
And they looked like they were in their 40s and 50s.
Totally.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep looking better.
Well, but it's because times, stress, medicine, all of those things factor in.
Yeah.
Sure.
Rape and men.
It's the wild, wild west. Yeah, and, exactly. Back then in so many ways.
But yeah, basically if you can retain more information, you're going to be wittier. Conversations won't be as hard for you. Because honestly, I feel like a lot of people
social anxiety.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of the social anxiety are from smart people that just have too much going on, so they can't handle the conversations, right?
Sure.
But as soon as they can hold more information, conversations are going to be easy. You can learn how to lift or work out
telepathically.
Properly. Yeah.
That would be the future. We're already doing it.
Yeah, we are.
That's what a phone call is. We have to create in this timeline of evolution. First, we have to create these things that trick us into how can you have a phone call with someone in China that's seamless? You think you're having a call, but you're really it's simulation. Yeah. You're having a telepathic. You hear the voice in your head, right?
Right.
So you think you're hearing it through this, but you're creating it. You called someone, you created this reality where, hey, we're going to exist in this time and space and have a conversation or whatever it might be,
just
you know?
Energy transfer.
Bingo. Yeah, that's what any of this is. Like, we're just playing in this simulation.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thanks so much for coming, guys.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yes.
Captain Planet.
Captain.
Nice.